What is going to be announced at BlizzCon 2023? That is the question that I am here to predict because it's time for BlizzCon predictions. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Crendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, we are talking about BlizzCon predictions for 2023. So, first off, I'm not going to be going to BlizzCon this year. I haven't gone to BlizzCon since, I think, 2019, 18, 19, whatever it was. But prior to that, I'd been to BlizzCon, I think, 5 times. So, I'm kind of just, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like conventioned out, man. I went to so many conventions in my 20s where it was like PAX East, PAX South, BlizzCon, E3, like all those. And now I'm into my 30s. I'm practically a 80-year-old person. I'm just like, I can stay at home. I'm good. I go to like my Warhammer old person convention and then I'm like sick. Either way, so BlizzCon has the standard games, right? You've got your World of Warcraft, your Overwatch, your Hearthstone, your Diablo, etc., right? So let's start with the main one that I care about, which is World of Warcraft, right? So I think first things first, we're gonna be getting the World of Warcraft Cataclysm Classic. Cool, I guess, you know, for people who want to play that, that's neat, but I don't think I'm going to play it. I don't think I really care. That's just I don't know. I don't care. I played Cataclysm when it happened and I was like, this is all right. And I'm probably going to play it now and be like, this is all right. You know, I wasn't a big fan and I'm probably not going to be a big fan. Maybe I'll try it out still and see, but I just even the Cataclysm started, like Vazir, I'm like, it's cool to go back and look, but I don't want to actually like level through, you know? I don't know. Probably not going to be doing much Cataclysm Classic, but we'll see how it does. I don't think it'll do well, but that's just what I think. Then we have the actual WoW expansion, which has had so many leaks and rumors at this point that I have no idea what's going to happen. It could be a curveball that nobody even knows. But there was that weird leak that was like, we're doing a dwarf expansion with like Titan dwarves and all this stuff, which I guess is plausible. I mean, I could see it happening. They did a lot of Dragonflight Titan references. And I think that'd be cool, I guess. But are we going to be getting more like the Wounds champion? Like, are we going back to that with the dwarves? Or, you know, are we going to get new characters? Because like I've mentioned this in one of my videos, which was, I don't mind if we get this type of thing, like a continent like Pandaria that we go to, and it's just kind of like this one-off thing. Maybe it has some sort of tie-in to Azeroth and all the other places, but you go there, you have main villain, you fight main villain, you're like, cool, that was neat, we move on, right? I don't mind a like one-off, like Pandaria style expansion where it's like there's the Pandaria villain, there's also some like little Azeroth like Garrosh style thing going on too, but you have like your own unique villains that you meet along the way, characters you've never heard of, and then, you know, it creates your own fun little story there, and then you tie it in a little bit to Azeroth, and then you move on. Like, I don't mind that. I think that'd be cool. I was hoping for an Azeroth 2.0 revamp, but I think that's probably, you know, they're probably still working on that. I think it will happen at some point, but that's what I think, and I think it's gonna happen. So that's, you know, the WoW expansion. We'll find out what it is what it boils down to. It seems like it could be that, but who knows? Then we're going to get more classic WoW news, aside from Cataclysm, which I really think they're going to do Classic Plus. And not just like, you know, some generic stuff. I think they're going to do a legit Classic Plus, like straight up. I think they're going to do new content for Classic WoW. There was that leak that was talking about how they're gonna, you know, pretend as if the portal didn't open, right? And I think that would actually be really cool, and I could see them doing that, right? I mean, RuneScape has already done a similar thing with like the new RuneScape, right? So, especially the whole Chris Metzen being back thing, I think this is a way for them to also like patch classic classes, and I can see it doing really well, right? I can see. You know, people playing Classic Plus. I think more people play Classic Plus than they did Cataclysm. I think they've realized how popular Classic WoW is, and it makes sense from a business standpoint. It makes sense from a you know, continuity standpoint of like keeping Classic WoW playable going forward, being able to fix a lot of things, and you know, previously you had the no changes. Well, now you can do changes. You know, you don't have to go crazy, but I think it would also be cool to do the things that were never really done, right? Like the Azshara battleground that was supposed to happen, doing zones like Hyjal, fleshing out some stuff. I mean, I think it'd be fantastic. You could even, you know, spice up the leveling experience a bit, you know, go back and actually add some quests in like Silithus, do some thing. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. I hated level 50 onward, outside of like Winter Spring and a couple things, or you run out of quests. So I think Classic Plus would be fantastic. I'm really hoping for it. It actually might be my #1 thing I'm hoping for from BlizzCon. So it probably won't happen because of that. I also want to take a quick moment to shout out the channel sponsor, Zygor. Zygor's great for all your WoW guide needs. Retail, Classic, Classic Wrath, Classic Hardcore. They got it all. I've used it for retail with farming mounts. I've used it for Classic Hardcore to help me with leveling. It's fantastic, and if you want to check it out for free, you can use the link in the description, and if you enjoy it, you can use code Crendor for 20% off an Elite subscription. The other thing I really would like to see is Hardcore WoW, almost like a Hardcore WoW Plus. I've mentioned this before on streams and stuff, but I would love if they took the Diablo system. All right, I know you're probably like, bleh, but I would love if they took the Diablo mob system where you have mobs that are like mortar mobs, or like mobs that just hit harder, mobs that are tankier, and you applied that to Hardcore WoW and make this kind of Hardcore WoW Plus style game. Where, you know, maybe normally you fight Quillboars and you're like, okay, this is easy. But now the Quillboars might have a thing where it's like, oh, the Quillboars have razor spikes, and when you hit them, you take damage back, right? Or they have thorns. Oh no, I said razor spikes. Lore, and, you know, kind of Quillboar, thorn, whatever. Or maybe normally you fight these mobs over here, these harpies or whatever, but these, for some reason, they have like 4 times as much health. Sometimes, you know, like those types of things. Like, I forget what Diablo calls them, but whatever the blue mobs are, right? You'll know what I'm talking about. I think that would be really cool. It adds another, you know, layer of difficulty to a lot of things that might not be difficult, and I think people would really enjoy that type of challenge. You'd have like, obviously, like a different server for that, right? You'd have like normal Hardcore Classic, and then have like Hardcore Classic Plus, where you have all this stuff going on, and like, you know, maybe the mobs that have that could change all the time, creating difficulty all over the place. You know, maybe there's like a mob that clones itself and becomes like 3 of those mobs, and you're just like, oh, like there's a lot of fun things I think you could do that would add a lot of difficulty. It would make for a lot of fun watching. People see like, oh my god, you got like this, the mortar dinosaur. You're in Ungoro, and he just starts like shooting out like mortars like it's a volcano, and you're just like, you gotta like dodge it. Like, I would love that. I think it'd be really, really cool. So that's on my wish list as well. Also, probably won't happen, but I would love if it did. Then we had StarCraft. Then we have Heroes of the Storm, which actually got like patches lately. I actually wouldn't be opposed to them like starting to go back to Heroes of the Storm, maybe with the Microsoft the merger. I think maybe Microsoft is like, yo, maybe we can do something with this, add in more things, you know, fix this up a bit. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think Heroes of the Storm, it's an all right game. I think they can fix it. I think with a little bit of love and care, and better strategy of direction that they're taking with the game, you could probably fix it. Because my whole problem with Heroes of the Storm was always, it was a game that was meant to be a casual MOBA that became like a hardcore competitive MOBA, and it never felt like it was. At least to me, that's what I got from it. And I always thought it'd be better as just like a casual fun game. That was my problem with a lot of things, is they tried to turn stuff into esports when they weren't esports. We don't need everything to be an esport, all right? Anyway, I wouldn't mind if they did something with that. Overwatch, I don't really play Overwatch. When I do play it, I'm like, it's all right. I guess they'll add stuff you can buy. I don't know enough about Overwatch to really make predictions, to be honest, but they'll add stuff you can buy. I guarantee that. And then Hearthstone, I'm sure they will announce a new expansion or multiple new expansions, a new season they normally do. I would still love if they added more types of game modes to Hearthstone. I think Hearthstone still has plenty of potential. I think it just, it needs some more stuff. I think it needs more ways to play the game. I think Battlegrounds has shown how effective that can be when you add different ways to actually just play the game of Hearthstone. It doesn't always have to be like constructed format. You know, maybe they can spice up the drafting with arena or whatever they call drafting. Like, I personally enjoy Magic the Gathering arena drafting, but there's like different ways you could probably spice up drafting, make that more fun. You could do different things with Battlegrounds. I like, you know, add new game modes. There used to be the Tavern Brawls. I think they just recycle them over and over, and if they don't, I have no idea. But, you know, just more game modes would be nice in Hearthstone. I think that'd be great. And then obviously expansions, but that's the main thing I care about. Just more ways to play the actual card game. Or just, you know, the game of Hearthstone, I guess. And then Diablo 4, which I'm not gonna lie, I played Diablo 4 a ton for the first month it came out, and then I have not played since. I have heard that the new season is actually all right. I don't know if that's true or not. I might give it a go. I'll probably forget because I already have too many things I've been playing, but I might check it out still. I imagine with Diablo, maybe they'll announce a new class. They'll probably announce... They might actually announce an expansion this early, or at least a big patch. And then hopefully they continue to fix all of the issues with the game, which there are many. But here's, you know, as much hate as Diablo gets, I enjoyed playing Diablo. Like, I had a great time playing through the story. My biggest issue is the end game, because I literally played Diablo 4. I was like, dude, this game's great. I streamed it. I was having a great time. A lot of other people were having a great time. And then I got to about level 67, 68, and I was like, this sucks. And that was it. And then I just stopped playing. And if they can, you know, if they have fixed that already, maybe they have. I just haven't played it yet, but that was my biggest issue. And, you know, it felt like my gear wasn't really upgrading. Like, a lot of times I'd get new gear and be like, whatever, you know, and that was the whole point of the game. It's like getting gear and like progressing. And it almost felt like there was too many levels, or like, I don't know, just it didn't feel good, right? And so I was like, whatever, I don't care. And then I stopped playing. So I would like for them to fix that. Granted, I think Diablo 3 was kind of the same. I mean, hell, the Diablo 3 launched with the auction house. That was terrible. And then that actually became a decent game down the line. So I mean, I think a little polishing, I think it'll be better. It'll be all right. So those are the main thing. Then they'll announce another mobile game. Probably a couple mobile games, I'm not even gonna lie, that I don't care about. They'll announce that probably like the Warcraft Chronicles or whatever they're doing, whatever. It's trying to be League of Legends thing. I don't care. I don't watch these shows. I really don't care. I just play games, and when I watch stuff, I watch like sports. So I'm like the last person that watches this stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's what I think BlizzCon will be. So I'm still excited for all the WoW stuff. I'm excited to see where they're going to go with some of these other games. And we'll see. I would still love a Warcraft 4, but the way they did Warcraft 3 Remastered, maybe I don't want a Warcraft 4. But that's fine. So either way, thanks for watching. Let me know your predictions down in the comments section below, and I will see you next time. Also, if you want to check out a new video, we just had Pointless Top 10 Pumpkins. Go check that one out. A lot of good pumpkins. We also had creepy NPCs and cauldrons and spiders for October. But pumpkins, this one's good for November. And November, because it's like harvest, Thanksgiving, whatever. Go check it out if you haven't. See ya.